Hey, yo, welcome back. This is Ty Ty. So if you use Autotune like me, there might be one setting that you're overlooking. Let's get into it. Alright, so lately I've been really trying to just expand on my vocals, and I noticed, well, long story short, I bought a mixed in key just as an easier way for BPM detection, key detection. But basically, anything you're playing through your computer, if you hit listen, it'll tell you the BPM and the key. So I was just messing around, and I was on YouTube and like just playing some of my favorite songs, and I don't know, I just kind of put my auto-tune and key, started monitoring through it, and started singing with it. You know, practice makes perfect. And I noticed that it was hard for me to hit some of those notes, and I know I can hit them without the auto-tune, but why is the auto-tune kind of keeping me from being able to do that? Well, what I found out, in my personal opinion, this is just as important as your retune speed and your humanize. So let me pull up this article real quick, and then we'll break it down. All right, so what I'm specifically talking about is the tracking knob. It's going to be in every single Autotune edition that they have. Anything from, I believe, Essential all the way up to Pro. I know everything past Essential, it's there. Artist, EFX, Pro, you name it. So basically what it is the tracking knob determines how sensitive the Autotune algorithm is and is used to help the Autotune work more effectively. In most cases, tracking should be left at default value of 50. However, a noisier signal or a vocal performance that is unusually breathy may require a more relaxed setting, which is higher tracking value, which makes sense, and we'll get into it. If you're hearing artifacts such as pops and clicks, maybe choose to lower it. So the article itself is not really saying a whole lot other than those two things. And in my opinion, it's more of a feeling and kind of allows you to open up a little bit more. So let me pull up the Autotune. All right, so here we have the tracking knob, and I've definitely noticed a big difference in this. So like, let's see here. Let me turn on the Autotune real quick. Whoa! And I feel like when you turn it up here, it definitely gets a little more choosy, a little more robotic. So, whoa! You know what I mean? Like it lets, when you're backing that way down, I guess the numbers are higher, right? So I'm guessing that's, either way, I'm going to call it lowering it, call it whatever you want. But what I'm listening to is how it sounds, how it feels. And I feel like it does. I can get that hard tuning sound and still let a little bit of my actual like kind of tone come through. And if you pay attention to somebody that I've just been studying a lot recently is Juice WRLD. Always loved dude's work, but like his vocals, they got a lot of tune on them, but there's still that essence of him that's kind of shining through. And I really feel like if I was to put money on it, it's coming from that tracking knob. It really is. Because you know what I mean? Like you could have the hard tune on and bring up the humanize, and even if you max it out, it's still not hitting the same as if you see what I mean? It really just lets it come through. So I ain't gonna keep talking about it too much. This will probably be a quick video, but let's go ahead and hop in, and I'll do a take here with tracking at 50, and then we'll back it down a bit, and we'll see what it does. But I really think it, for me, hearing my natural voice kind of come through, it's going to allow me to hit higher notes a little bit better without sounding exactly like T-Painy or necessarily trying to strain as hard. All right, so I got the retune at 2. Let's see what it does. Tracking at 50. Been searching for clarity, got these VVs on my wrist. Just rolled up this Fronto, sit back, smoking, reminisce. I spent a half a ticket line, it's up, it's all it gets. This time you call me on FaceTime, baby, you just threw a fit. Been looking for love, baby, you just wanna check. You try to set me up, so I always keep it tech. But you hold me down, baby, I can take the rest. Diamonds like this glow, just know it can come with risks. Alright, so we'll go back in here to our tune. We're gonna leave it at 2. Humanize 0, and then we'll back the tracking down to 67. So let's see if this makes it just a little more easy to maybe hit those notes, and maybe it sounds a little more natural. So all kind of depends on what you're going for. Been searching for clarity, got these VVs on my wrist. Just rolled up this fronto, sit back, smoke and reminisce. Just meant to have a ticket line, it's up, it's all it gets. Last time you caught me on FaceTime, baby, you just threw a fit. Been looking for love, baby, you just wanna check. You try to set me up, so I always keep a tech. But you hold me down, baby, I can take the rest. Diamonds like this glow, just know it can come with risk. All right, but yo, I know you guys can hear the difference in that, and like I think a lot of it is maybe not just like, I don't like the mindset of set it and forget it. Every song is different, every vocal presentation is different. You're always going to need these tools. That's why those options are there. One thing I really think with the tracking knob, it allows me to enunciate, especially if you're trying to be melodic, but it's maybe a little more spoken word. I feel like when you're backing that down, like, because what did I have it at, like 67? It allows me to just kind of, it comes through a little bit cleaner instead of like maybe a note holding slightly too long. And it allows it in a sense to be a little bit more punchy, a little bit more cleaner. And who knows, you may hate it, but give it a try. And yeah, I'm here to help y'all week after week after week. Like, share, subscribe. This is Ty, and I'm going to catch you next week. Peace.